Hey, welcome to your Aquarius horoscopes for the week of the 17th through the 23rd of December. So much going on this week. We're full on into that Mercury retrograde. It's in Capricorn for most of the week. By the end of the week, moves into a Sagittarius influence. At the same time, the sun moves from Sagittarius into Capricorn, and we have a solstice this week. We're on the time that happens during the winter solstice. The sun moves from Sagittarius to Capricorn on the same day. So you know what that means? It means that it's almost Aquarius season. That's what that means. It's actually next month, and I'm really excited. I love my birthday. Okay. Love my birthday. I love everything about being born in February. The birthstone, the sign that I'm born under, which is Aquarius, obviously. And I start to celebrate the minute the sun moves into Aquarius, which is like 3 weeks before my birthday. But I start to celebrate nonetheless. It's Aquarius time. I see the Valentine stuff come out, which is pretty much next week. Okay, honestly, that's a little bit excessive to start celebrating then. But the Valentine stuff coming out, because my birthday is the day after that, really start celebrating also. Then I start celebrating at the beginning of February, and 2 whole weeks in. It's just, I love it every single year. The fact that I get older every single year doesn't seem to have an effect on it. I'm still like, woohoo, it's my time of year, and I love it. So I'm ready. I'm already excited. Can you feel it? I'm already excited for that. I hope you guys are too. Saturn's pretty much out, moving out of the cusp of Aquarius. Pluto, on the other hand, has moved closer to that cusp. Finally, after weeks of being 28 degrees in Capricorn, it officially has moved into 29 degrees in Capricorn, putting it right on that cusp, meaning the next movement is going to be full on into Aquarius until it goes retrograde again and goes back into Capricorn. It just moves so incredibly slowly. And there's a couple of things about that specifically, but I am really going to focus on the challenge that it's creating, because focus is on those that support you. Pluto's influence, which is your source of personal power and your ability to transform and change. The people that support you, you would think, have a lot to do with that. And a lot of people do say that there are people in their lives, and without those people, they don't know where they would be. And I agree to a certain extent. I mean, I can feel that to a certain extent. But Pluto's square with Jupiter is a bit challenging, because Jupiter is focused on self. And it's also retrograde. So we really want to focus on growth and expansion. With Jupiter's growth and expansion being retrograde, it sort of seems to put a damper on that a little bit. And I feel like the big issue here, or the big challenge that this is going to create, my cat is about to create a huge challenge right now, actually, because he really wants to jump on his desk and he's gonna make a mess. I mean, I can already see it happening before it happens. I think the biggest thing is that we get really hung up on whether we can make changes or not, whether we can grow or not. And I think that we really get hung up, where we get hung up on is other people, not so much ourselves, but other people. Because it's so much easier to put that responsibility on other people than it is to just admit that we're not doing what we need to do in order to be productive. That makes sense. This is a lesson that has been beaten into me a lot the past couple of years. Indeed, I've wasted so much time focus on what other people are doing and not what I'm should be doing. And all of that has created some challenges, honestly. And in a way, those challenges have gotten more and more and more difficult the more I refuse to listen. Because, us Aquarians are not very good listeners sometimes, most of the time. So I feel like this is perfect with a Mercury retrograde going on too. Because when Mercury is the planet of communication, and when we take that communication away, we're left with silence. Silence is good because silence means we're listening. We're not talking, we're listening. Now, Aquarians aren't good at listening. We're good at talking. It's what we do, right? But at the same time, we're not above the law. And sometimes listening is more important than what we have to say. And in many cases, those issues that we have where we're not being heard might also be because we're spending too much time not listening. So I feel like this week has a lot to do with that. Instead of us being in charge, organizing everything, being in control of the world, maybe we just need to take a step back and listen to what's going on around us. See what we're missing, maybe. Pay attention to just the quiet. Do you have any idea what it feels like, what it sounds like when you don't hear anything in here, when it is silent in here? It's the most amazing thing in the world. Okay. It only took me years to figure it out, but once I got there, I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I love it. And I sit in that space a lot. And boy, does it help. Oh, it helps so much. So we're not listening if our brains are going 20,000 miles a minute either. Usually that's pretty distracting. I mean, I've been in that situation. Didn't hear a word somebody said, right? At least till they called me out on it for not listening. I think the bottom line here really is that in terms of support, we have it. Whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, whether it's real people here on earth, whether it's our guides and loved ones in spirit, we have all the support that we need. And when we feel like we don't have support, it's because that lesson is ours to learn. It's not meant for somebody else to come in and teach us because we already know we're just not walking the walk. And that's what you need to do. We can talk the talk all day long, but until we start walking the walk, nothing gets done. If you want a more powerful 2024, and that's what Pluto's influence is all about, it's about stepping into that power. And if you want to do that, you have to listen. You have to be open to learning, and you have to get out of the excuse bags because they're just not going to be helpful to you anymore. They're getting in the way, and you don't need anything else getting in the way. Trust me, we are Aquarians. We can come up with a million distractions for ourselves by ourselves. We don't need any help with that. So let's not open ourselves up for that, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my Ko-fi link, which is down in the description of this video. I would really appreciate that. Also in the description of this video, I am offering a 25% discount to everybody for an hour-long reading. So sorry, kitty. I didn't know you were under there. 25% off. There's a promo code there in the description with the link. Click on the link, put the promo code in there when you are ordering, and you get your 25% discount. It's really, really easy peasy. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys stop denying your power. Time to just step into it and own it. Make it a great week. And I will see you guys next week.